One of the things that I have personally rioted against in my life is being told how to think by TV, which is why I very rarely watch anything.
Yeah.
Because TV specifically is all about drama. That's what
Yeah.
people are taught, is that happiness doesn't exist. And what they're going to do, if they find somebody that is good or is happy, they're going to pursue them until they rip them apart,
Yep.
and create a spectacle. You know, for me personally, I stay away from that crap. People always say to me, "Oh, did you see this person on American Idol?" And I'm like, "I don't watch American Idol." And they're like,
Yeah.
"How can you not watch American Idol?" And I'm like, "Because the 2 or 3 little clips I've ever seen of it, I watched this man, who the hell does he think he is, rip people apart. I saw him once rip a girl apart because she was overweight. What does that have to do with her music or her talent?" I can't watch things. I can't sit and watch somebody be hurt.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It makes me actually like not be a person that I like when I'm watching it, because I've seen it a couple times, and even as you share that story with me, like, it's unbelievable. Like, it's amazing too how situations have changed, because this is the first time I've ever had a daughter. So I think of something like that, and I think of somebody tearing a strip into my daughter because they feel that they're king shit and they're going to bully her, which it is. It's a form of bullying, which we all know. There's been like so many suicides that have been lately of people that have been bullied, and it drives me. It honestly makes me so mad that I get raged inside, and I just want to beat the shit out of that person. And I'm like, oh great, now I'm a person that I don't even like, because I don't want to be that person.
Yep.
So I realized I'm very, very cautious of what I put into my spirit, because it's amazing. What you put in is what's going to come out. And I think that's one of the biggest issues with our world, which is why Riot meant a lot to me, because it was something that I was rioting against. I just strongly disagree with most reality TV, because most reality TV is doing exactly what you say, and it's teaching kids from an early age that it's okay to judge people and to crush people's dreams, to tell people that they're ugly, that they're fat, that they can't do this, that they can't do that. I'm like, who are you to say any of that stuff? Like, who do you think that you truly are? And then I have to be very cautious, because I'm a very passionate person, and I end up getting so mad that I'm like, okay, I gotta stop.
Yeah.
Because I realized, you know what, like, I'm gonna then, talk to the people in my life when opportunities arise. And we got holy smoke, a huge helicopter making a little presence.
Wow.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
That is unbelievable. Doesn't happen too often around here. Actually, I won't lie. The last time that happened, it was a drug helicopter, and they busted 2 houses in our neighborhood.
Oh, no.
It was so funny. We're like, why are they going over and doing these scans? It was weird. And all of a sudden, the next, I think it was about a week later, 2 houses got busted first thing in the morning, and they were both grow-ops. And like, I live in like a gorgeous area where like everybody's got acreage and this. I think that's why, because everybody is able to hide it kind of on their property. But I was like, you've got to be kidding me that like, these guys go over and they do their little scans to see who's growing BC bud. Sheesh. Anyway, I totally agree with you on that. And I really, really can't stand. I just can't stand bullying in general. And I've had a chance to work with some people that have, I don't know if in Canada, if you've heard of like the Pink Shirt Day. If you've heard of that movement?
No, I have not.
So it's a movement that started with one guy who was bullied like crazy in school, and he decided to wear a pink shirt to school or whatever to kind of stand up for the bullying, just as a symbol. And using social media, he kind of went through all of his contacts at school, and like, he'd been beaten to a pulp. Like, this was when he was like just in early high school, and everybody kind of came behind him to stand up to the bullies, and they all wore pink shirts, and that's how it started, was wearing these pink shirts. And so it's actually now national, that it's on across Canada, that we have Pink Shirt Day, where we stand up for bullying by wearing these pink shirts, by saying like, you can wear whatever you want. Like, and of course pink shirts was a symbol, because most time it's a girl who wears a pink shirt.
Right.
And this guy and all his friends decided to wear a pink shirt. But it was interesting. My nephew was, I think, like in grade 2, and it was Pink Shirt Day, and so he decides that he's going to wear his sister's hoodie, which is a pink hoodie, to school. And on Pink Shirt Day, he gets bullied for wearing a pink shirt. I was furious. It's funny. It's interesting, because I was so furious, and I was like, I cannot believe. And like, and I was like, well, what did the teachers do? Like, I was just like, yeah. And who ends up being like the smartest one of them all is my nephew. Ends up wearing that pink hoodie for the next week, just because he's like, I don't care, I like it. He's totally oblivious to the fact that he's getting bullied. He's like, I don't care. And I was like, that's the way that I'm going to take, even all this reality TV and all this bullying and stuff, is I'm going to try to take the high road on it and go, I don't care. I'm just not going to support it. So
yeah.
That's what I do. Is I don't support it. I don't let it, show in my house. I don't like.
It's not good because what it does is it creates a feeling that there are some people that are acceptable and some that aren't just by their being.
Yep.
And oh man, every single person is valuable and has something to offer.
I totally agree 100%. That statement there is what would change our world if we all understood that. If we all understood that, it's not easy to, like, living, there's a difference between surviving and living. And those shows are pretty much about survival, but they're not about living. And I have a real hard time with that because people that I love dearly are surviving, and I want to see them thrive, and I want to see them live. And when your only role models, especially on social media and on TV, are those, which is about surviving, it's like the words that are coming out of my mouth are falling on dead soil. It's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
So it's a really tough thing, and I think that more people like you need to just continue to share our message of hope and joy and positivity. And even though, you get assholes that'll say, well, positivity is a lame story. It's like, yeah, it might be lame, but I'm going to make that cool. That's why it's exciting to see, we love your support, and we love the support that everybody's showing for Riot already, because that's what it's about. Is we're sick of dodging all those stones and sick of all the lies that have infested into our homes.
I love that song. That song just, when you're down, that's the song.
Yeah.
I love
Cool.
that song. But it's I think because I have that kind of crusader spirit in me, and that song has just been one that just, when you're down, just refuels.
Yeah, that's actually a really cool way of looking at it, because it's definitely got that mentality for me. When I wrote it, I remember just, again, like I said before in the past when I've talked about the way that I write, is it's like the feeling that I had inside was raging, because, again, like I said, when you hear certain things, it enrages me. It fires me up, because I just can't believe people are like that. And that's where that song was, it originated, and it definitely came from a place of, instead of taking the negative, I wanted to take the positive and to be able to say, screw this, I'm going to riot, and I'm going to riot for people's dreams, and I'm going to riot for people's happiness and to live.
It must be a really good feeling to know that through your music and through your live shows and your videos, you are making a positive impact in the world. That has to be an awesome feeling.
I mean, I could ask the same thing for you, because it seems like, the same message that I'm saying through my music, you're saying as well. And you're right, it is. It's an incredible feeling. And I think sometimes we don't take the moment to be proud of ourselves and to go, yeah, I'm doing well. Do you know what I mean? I'm saying the things that are, dear to my heart, and I'm also being able to be honest, and I'm being able to be myself and be supportive and be encouraging and be, full of life. And, when I enter a room, and it's kind of one of the things that I've always loved about my wife, is that when she enters a room, she lights it up. And it's and she brings peace to the room, and she brings all this courage and strength, and she does it with such humility and empathy and grace. And I'm like, that's who I want to be. I want to be that person. And so when you actually make a conscientious effort to go, okay, I'm going to work on the things that I know I need to work on, but I'm really going to focus on being this positive person. I'm going to be this person. I think that it's awesome. It's fantastic. And I think that we forget that it's okay to be proud of ourselves. It's not an arrogant, it's not a cocky thing. It's actually just it's okay to be proud. We don't teach that enough to everybody of all ages. And that's one thing that I've, now that I have a little girl who's 11 months, is I'm constantly telling her that, you should be proud of yourself for the things that you do. And every little step that she makes, she should be proud, because I didn't do it. She did. She made a positive step. And even for yourself, it's you're choosing positivity in an industry, and especially on radio, where it's driven by negativity. 90% of content is negative content. You're not doing that, and that's pretty incredible. And I think that's why I love, being able to have the opportunity to be on the shows with you, is because I get off and I feel like I'm just charged up full of life. So thank you.
Yeah.